Hey, I'm Coach Matt Swanson. This is my first year as the head coach at Trion. I've been at Trion the last 4 years. I'm old. This is my 26th year in the profession, 24 years coaching girls basketball. Like I've said, I'm humbled and blessed to be in this position that I'm in. Somehow, some way, I've tricked 3 schools into naming me the head girls basketball coach. I don't know how I've done that, but I was the head coach at Lafayette for 10 years, Gordon Central for 5 years, and now blessed to be on the hill at Trion. I brought with me today all seniors, Abby, Molly, and Scarlett. Again, they're a blessing to me to be around, and I hope that I can impact their lives as much as they have impacted mine.
Coach John Cornett, this is my 4th year at Trion High School. Been at this for 28 years. Looking forward to giving it up soon. Today with me I have LeBron Ludy, Sam Mobbs, and Bryson Roberts, all 3 seniors. They put a lot of work into this program, and I hope it pays off this year.
Awesome. Well, coaches, I'm David Humphreys with the Rome Area FCA, and happy to have you and your team with us here this morning. Coach Swanson, if you'd just kind of kick us off and give us just a quick preview of kind of what you see your team and how it's going to mature, over the next couple of months.
It's funny that you used the word mature. We got a lot of freshmen. Brought all my seniors. Even Mal is running around here somewhere. We got 4 seniors, and they've poured into this program and been a part of a region championship a few years ago. So that's where we're hoping to get back to. I'm not going to come up here and tell you that's where we're going to be this year. That's always our goal. But I think in our region that we're in, if we can handle the long bus rides, we can compete. I tell the girls all the time, it's a marathon, not a sprint. I mean, you start in October. I mean, what other sport do you get to celebrate Halloween and Valentine's Day? I mean, that's a long season.
That's a good point. Coach?
So every year, we like to sit down as a team and talk about our team goals. Of course, at the top, we'd love to win a state championship. But I think the more realistic goals for us right now would be to compete in our region. I think we could be the region champs. I think we have a shot at that. Our region is competitive. I think all of us are pretty equal, and it'll be interesting to see how it turns out at the end of the year. We do have some lofty goals for this team. I think we've put the time in to do some special things this year, and I think they'd like to leave their mark on Trion High School as one of the best high school teams to ever come out of Trion.
That's awesome. Well, Coach, you touched on it just a little bit. You talked about how this is a marathon, and you also touched on the bus rides. And so I want to ask you just kind of a question here. How do you deal with that, through the course of a week? Let's say you have 2 road games, and we know that the bus can be tough, especially on the basketball court, because basketball, you get there several hours before your game, and you have to sit and wait. So how do you get your team ready to go?
I think you got to be very cognizant of the day after. If we play at Elite Scholars in Jonesboro on a Tuesday night, I'm probably going to give them Wednesday off. 25 years ago, I can't believe I would not have dared said that. Like you don't miss a day of practice. But I think again, it being a marathon, not a sprint, you got to be aware of that. And then we done a good job, and I learned this coaching with G the last few years, and last year we made every one of those bus trips together. We break the ride up. Like we don't drive 3 hours straight. We'll stop at the mall and eat and socialize, and then go another hour and a half. So I think like with anything else, you just got to prepare them. I don't like surprises. They'll tell you that. We don't like surprises, so we talk about it, and you earn your time off.
Coach, do you have anything to say on that?
I think he covered it all.
Well, I'm Liz Barnes. I work with Northwest Georgia Collegiate FCA. I just wanted to ask, what has impressed you, and this could go to the players as well who've been a part of these programs for years, but what has impressed you the most about your team during these first few practices this season?
I'll let the players talk after me for a second. We've had one practice with our entire team, and it was yesterday. So probably what impressed them the most yesterday was they wasn't as tired because we had more kids in there, so they had a little bit of rest in between there. Who wants to talk?
I believe what is very impressive that the freshmen have came up and stepped up and they're taking a really, really big part in the team. And I just think that it's a big thing, and being a freshman and having to step up is really scary and awesome. And yeah.
I couldn't have brought probably 3 shyer girls.
What about for the guys?
So for right now, the two end guys I haven't seen yet because they're still in football. You know, our football team usually has a lot of success and they make deep runs in the playoffs. So I've been really pleased with how a lot of these young guys who haven't seen a lot of varsity time have picked up on our defense, and we've had intense practices. I really appreciate how Sam has stepped into a leadership role this year, and you know he's coming out of his shell more than he'd like to, but he's accepted it, and I'll let him say a couple words. No words. By example, I guess.
Stephen Frazier with Rome Area FCA. This is for the players. So y'all are all seniors. So what is one strength your team has that those of us who may not be aware of your team that you have? But also as seniors, what would you say is one area where you are still growing? You are continuing to develop as a player, continuing to develop as a leader. Talk to us about those.
So I feel like it's really important to like pour into the girl next to you. So like we all come into practice with those days where it's like, I'm so tired, I've been at school all day, it's been a long week, you know, when we get into the season and we're playing 3 hours away. So if you don't want to do it for yourself that day, I think it's important to learn how to work for your team. So like if you don't want to do it that day, the girl next to you needs you to do it that day for the overall team success. And I think that's something that we're really growing as a team right now, especially with a bunch of younger players. So, yeah.
I think it's all about being a leader and playing for the guy next to you, because it's a team sport and it's like you can't do it by yourself. So you just got to play with the guys on the court. And everybody got to be all in. It can't just be one man.
I think it's important that the team has like good chemistry and that they know how to play together, because it's hard to play without a team in basketball.
Bouncing off of what Sam said, we have a really good bond on our team. Like outside of practice, we will during winter we'll go to a Gatlinburg tournament and play. We went whitewater rafting last year and Ludi about drowned, so we had to sit in a bus for 5 hours. You see, like we go through a lot of stuff with each other, so it just builds our bond and allows us to trust each other more.
That's a great answer. That's actually what I was getting ready to lead into, is what do you do as a team to kind of create that chemistry? And you touched on it. So let me ask you this, along that same lines with chemistry. How have you felt that in the past, pulling you through maybe some hard times? Can anybody speak on that? Maybe a point in a game, maybe you weren't doing exactly, it wasn't your A game, but the guys next to you or the girls next to you pulled you through that moment. Can anybody speak on any of those? I think that's interesting for people that don't understand, that's never been in the huddle with y'all.
Yeah, there are multiple occasions where I have trusted my teammates a lot. And last year, we had zero varsity, the whole team had zero varsity experience, so it was very, very challenging on us. And so we pretty much had to trust everybody. We all had to trust ourselves, and it was very hard. It was
like I said, our first time ever really going out on a varsity team, playing varsity. But yeah, we just had to really trust ourselves and trust everybody else, and it was, yeah, I think we'll have to trust ourselves this year a lot.
Does anybody here have a pregame routine that's unique to you? I mean, something that you do every game? Or do you just, I know a lot of times people can be creatures of habit for sure.
So yeah, before every game, like no matter where we play, I always try to take a few moments before the first quarter starts and just like say a prayer. And I always try to just thank God for the ability, the natural ability to be able to play basketball. And I thank God that we live in a place where women are allowed to play sports. And I thank God for the amazing team that I have that have trusted me even when I probably didn't deserve to be trusted on the court.
Yeah, so growing up was a little different because back when I grew up, you know, I like to listen to music, but some of my music was like Michael W. Smith. When I hear what they listen to is a whole different world. I'll let them tell you.
I mean, we just listen to Fat Mac and a lot of underground rappers.
No, I got nothing.
Pre-game, I usually listen to like some music to get me locked in. Like, it's got to be like something that's gonna like get me locked in. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, we want to thank y'all and wish you all good luck and good health as you go into the season and realize that, you know, we've got a very mature group up here and there'll be a lot of young people paying very close attention to you and looking up to you. So good luck.
Thank you for having you. I'm telling you, FCA is such a great part of what we do. And I learned years ago, I wish I'd have learned 20 years ago, but it's not all about winning and losing. What we want to do as coaches is for the kingdom. We want to glorify his name. And hopefully it's with wins, but if we lose, we still want to glorify his name. Thank y'all.